आवाज आ रही
Barsagade sir, good morning. सर आवाज आ रही है आपको? Barsagade sir, good morning. सर आवाज आ रही है आपको?
हाँ मुझे आ रही है, पर आपको आ रही है?
Yes sir, we are now live on YouTube.
Okay. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, yes, very much sir.
Oh, okay, thank you. आता शेअर कसं करायचं रे? येईल त्याच्यात ऑप्शन.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
म्यूट केला होता.
Principal, sir.
माईक अच्छा हे दोन्ही चालू आहेत ना.
Sir, principal sir is joining us.
Okay. Good morning, sir.
He has joined us, yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Mahajan madam, can you stop the screen sharing? Principal sir has already joined us.
Sir, can we start now?
Yeah, sir, Barsagade sir is already there.
Yes, yes. Good morning, Dr. Barsagade.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, fine.
Okay.
बहुत जल्दी मुलाकात हो गई अपनी.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, sir.
तीन चार दिन पहले we met in my chamber.
Yeah.
बहुत जल्दी मुलाकात हो गई. Happy
हाँ
to
जी.
see you again. I think Karthik, is that live on YouTube?
Yeah, we are live on YouTube now, sir.
But still the staff are joining.
Yes,
So
sir.
we can wait for a minute or so.
Yes,
Just
sir.
11:31.
Yeah.
So we can wait for a minute and then we can start.
Yes, sir.
As if now the start. We'll wait. People are joining.
Yeah.
Barsagade
Oh.
sahab, how is the COVID situation in Nagpur?
It's going to very, can say the hard. So today it is approximately 600 patients.
Today?
Yeah.
But exact figure will come to know today evening by 5:30, na?
5:30, but some people outside of the Nagpur also, they are admitted in the Nagpur and they have been calculated as 600 and something more than.
My goodness.
Yeah. So there are the chances again, collector can give some order and don't know what will happen.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, unpredictable.
Unpredictable. As if now Akola, Amravati, Yavatmal, that was totally unpredictable and already imposed the lockdown.
Yeah.
The cases are rising drastically. In Mumbai also.
Pune is quite less as compared to the other cities, but Nagpur is become the hotspot now.
Yes, Wardha, even
Wardha, Nagpur, yeah.
So today's news that Wardha collector has ordered to close down the school and colleges.
Yeah.
It's today's paper news.
Yeah. So हो सकता है कि नागपुर में भी ये जल्दी ऐसा ऑर्डर इशू हो सकता है. पता नहीं क्या होगा. We don't know now.
ये ठीक है. डिपार्टमेंट तो यह है लिमिटेड नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, लेकिन हमारे यहाँ तो we have more than 5,000 students. और आज से we have taken a lot many precautions we have started taking today from today.
Yeah, it's necessary now.
Proper social distancing and wearing of mask and all everything.
Yeah.
I made it compulsory for all the staff, teaching, non-teaching, to do the RT-PCR test. 90% tests have been done till yesterday.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good precautionary measures that we can save our life and others also.
Yes.
8-10 दिन पहले आपके लोगों ने बोला कि सर एक लेक्चर देना है, तो बोला कि yes, definitely we will go through it.
Yeah, under DBT we have to organize so many lectures offline and so many projects, but because of this COVID pandemic, this is only the way we can interact with the people, and we can have the online lecture series and then the online seminar, conferences or workshop. This is only the way.
Yeah.
Offline I don't know कि offline हमारे project DBT में कब start होंगे, क्या होगा, that I don't know. Let us wait and watch.
Yeah. There is no any alternative now because situation is not in our hand.
Yes, correct. So it's 11:34. We'll wait for last 1 minute. At 11:35 we'll start.
Okay, sir.
तब तक बारसागढ़ साहब से डिस्कशन करेंगे हम. नागपुर का लाइव हाल जानेंगे. Live status of Nagpur Dept and the Nagpur city.
Sir, yesterday there was a program in the Nagpur University of Shivaji Jayanti. पहले तो उन्होंने कहा था कि सारे टीचर्स आर इनवाइटेड, And then on the last moment, they said only heads and officers are invited only, and lectures and professors can attend the meeting on online. तो ऐसी situation आ गई है सर अभी की यूनिवर्सिटी में भी, तो क्या होगा पता नहीं सकते। और बच्चों को भी जो बुलाया जा रहा है शायद उनको भी स्टॉप किया जा सकता है।
Yes.
So it's again 4 to 5 days will be the final. They will tell us final situation coming 4 to 5 days.
Yes, yes. As if now Gondia, Bhandara, Gadchiroli, we are on safer side.
Yeah, you are on the safer sides, and hope so you will maintain the situation.
It depends how people behave and how people respond to the government orders. Because Honorable Collector has taken out the order, Collector Bhandara, and then there will be a surprise visit in school and colleges. ऐसा order.
Yeah.
ऐसा भंडारा कलेक्टर का ऑर्डर है. There will be a surprise visit of the government officers in school and colleges, in market areas, everywhere, in marriage halls. So from today there will be a surprise visit. So we have to be cautious.
Naturally. Abhi sir, recently I had visited one villages in the Chandrapur district and the area nearby Nagbed. Due to this, my research project and research work related to the sericulture. But what I found that the people are not aware about the wearing of maskings and they are not maintaining the social. अब गांव खेड़े में वैसे भी होता नहीं है, वो वैसे एक दूसरे के पास जाके बात करने का, काम करने का उनका तरीका होता है. बट ये सिचुएशन में भी वो लोग अभी नहीं मान रहे हैं. Or same situation in the cities also. If you go in the market of Nagpur city, these literate people are now spiting and then not wearing a mask, all these things. It's a very pitiable condition in the market area.
Yes. So we can start. Just a moment.
नोटबुक होता है.
Yes, Mahajan madam, you can start now.
Okay, sir. Okay. Very good morning to one and all. I welcome you all in the guest lecture on applications in sericulture, organized by Department of Zoology, J.M. Patel Art Commerce Science College, Bhandara, under Department of Biotechnology, Star College Scheme, Government of India, New Delhi. Today, we are honored to have with us our resource person, Dr. D.D.Barsagade'S, Professor, Postgraduate Department of Zoology, Rashtrasant Tukdoji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur, Dr. Vikas Domne, sir, Principal, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, Dr. Karthik Panikar, Deed Administration, IQAC Coordinator and Head Department of English, J.M. Patel Art, Commerce and Science College, Bhandara, Dr. Sham Dafre, Coordinator, DBT Star College Scheme, J.M. Patel Art, Commerce and Science College, Bhandara, all the heads of the department, all the faculty members, and my dear students. A very good morning to one and all. Dear students, in agriculture sector, sericulture is an agro-based industry in which cultivation of silkworm is there to produce silk. Silk, that is the queen of fiber. It is the art of rearing silkworm under artificial and domesticated condition. India is the second largest producer of silk in the world next to China. This culture is an important labor-intensive agro-based industry, and it is the only cash crop that provides attractive incomes to the farming community in general, small and marginal farmers in particular. Sericulture is an employment creating income generating. This is rightly called the Kalpavriksha or the Kamdhenu of the poor and downtrodden. The catching art of the crafting silk vest is one of the interesting utility of silk, which develops human skill besides generating self-employment and additional revenue. It is not only limited to the production of silk, filament, and textile, but its new approach extends its application towards nutritional, cosmetic, pharmaceuticals, biomaterial, biomedical, bioenergy, crafts, etc. This lecture will definitely fruitful to the students to study the concept of origin, growth, and study of sericulture as a science to acquire the general aspects of sericulture industry and to understand the scientific approach of sericulture. Now, with this determination and commitment, I, Dr. Veena Mahajan, feel privileged to extend my warm welcome to you all in the guest lecture on the topic Applications in Sericulture. Now, I request Principal of the College, Dr. Vikas Dhomne sir, for his welcome address. Sir.
Thank you, Dr. Veena Mahajan, head of the Department of Zoology, all heads of the department. Our resource person today is the former assistant professor of J.M. Patel College.
Yes, yes.
A former colleague of J.M. Patel College, Dr. D.Barsagade'S from Department of Zoology, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. Then the Dr. Sham Dafre, the coordinator for this DBT Star College scheme. Dean Administration Dr. Karthik Panikar, the other heads of the department, all faculty members, those who have joined online over here, all dear students, those who have joined on YouTube channel of official channel of J.M. Patel College. Let me tell you very frankly that although this zoology or botany is not my subject, I opted during my BSc, I opted for PCM, physics, chemistry, and mathematics. I always afraid of the biology, botany, zoology, that big words are coming always. But still, the biology, botany, zoology, microbiology have entered in our life, on every part of our life. Whether it is a medical education, day before yesterday, I was telling about the pharmaceutical industry, pharma industries, how playing a very important role in Indian scenario, producing the highest medicine in India and exporting outside the country. This sericulture, today's topic is really, sericulture is very important. I like this topic because of one and only because of the silk fabric. I have the fascination of silk fabric, and as you know that silk fabric has been manufactured from the silkworm, from the cocoons and the silkworm, and then the silk fiber, and then into silk thread, and then the silk cloth, yarn or fabric, we can say. I have the fascination of the silk cloth, and that's why this is my one of favorite topic, sericulture. Dr. Barsagade is going to tell us in detail about the sericulture, but what I know about the sericulture and then the silk industry, that 95% of the world market has been captured by India and China only. 95% of the world market. And India is at number 2 in manufacturing and exporting this silk product, silk fabric. China is at number 1. And India is at number 2. And besides India, there are other countries like Japan, India, Japan, Korea, or Brazil, and Italy and France. Italy and France, these two countries are the fashion countries. Every fashion which comes all over the world, it is from either Italy or either France. And that's why they are using this silk yarn, silk fabric extensively. They are the low manufacturer, but they are importing this silk fabric majority from India and China. This I remember year before last year, I had been to Istanbul, Turkey, the capital of Turkey, Istanbul. There is a Taksim Square at Istanbul. The main square of the Istanbul is renowned as a Taksim Square. When I was just visiting Taksim Square, there was a small exhibition that was going on that evening. I visited that exhibition, and one stall was the point of attraction of all tourist people, all the people those who are visiting that exhibition, and that stall was silk thread formation from cocoons. That is the live demonstration was going on. That was a small live project, and there was hot boiling water. Cocoons were dipped there, and different threads they joined together, and the man was manually revolving that handle, and silk thread is forming the silk thread. That was the handicraft exhibition, and I spent nearly half an hour. To see the live project. It will be that project size of I think that 3 feet by 3 feet size, 3 feet by 4 feet size. That project demos was that much size only, and that was beautifully designed by that person, by that Turkish person, for giving the live demonstration that how from the cocoons silk thread has been formed in the industry. And then I took a lot of photographs, and then I made a video also. I have that video, how the silk thread is manufactured from the silk, from the cocoons. As Veena Mahajan has rightly told us that it's a queen of textiles. Silk fabric is a queen of textiles. At least in India or in European countries also, it is a symbol of luxury. It's a symbol of luxury. It's a symbol of elegance. It's a symbol of class and a symbol of comfort. I think everybody likes this twin of textile, that is a silk yarn or silk fabric. And the major advantage, as I told you, India and China, the two main producers, 95% of the world production every year is from India and China. This is a cottage industry in India and China. These are the cottage industries, and it is eco-friendly industry, women's friendly occupation. This is a women's friendly occupation because more than 60% women, villagers, women, tribal women are involved in this cottage industry of silk formation. And particularly, as of the data says that 1 acre of mulberry garden of silkworm can support a family of 5 without hiring a labor. 5 person of a family is supported by 1 acre of mulberry garden. So it has very high potential in India. And geographically, as I told you, Asia is the main producer. Around 40 countries are there producing this, but Dr. Barsagade will tell us in detail. And lastly, I would say that India has certain strengths, certain weaknesses, certain opportunities, certain threats in these cottage industries. See, in India, our strength that we have the large production base. We have the base which is having the large production base. Availability of skills, it is already there because I have seen 10 kilometers away from Mandara, Daudipar village, there is a silk farming project of central government. I have visited that project thrice I have visited. Unfortunately, it is not in a good shape. Unfortunately, it is not in a good shape. There is a large production base is there, skill is there, land is there, labor is there. But I don't know why that Daudipar silk production farm is not taking good shape and a name in the country. We have established infrastructure, that is our strength. We have silkworm breeds, hybrids we have. This industry is of low investment and higher returns. The beauty of this industry is it's of low investment and higher returns, easily adaptable technology. The technology is easily adaptable. These are the strong strength of our country, this cottage industries of silk farming.
Stool
but at the same time, there are some weaknesses. Technology transfer is very slow in the silk farming uh, industry. The technology transfer is very slow. Extension activities are very slow, and there is no proper coordination of the technology transfer. Inadequate market accessibility is there. There is a poor linkage because the farmers are producing these cocoons and all, but they are not getting the good market, and then the lack of quality-based pricing system. It is there in India. This is our lacuna. Uh, at the same time, there are the opportunities. As India is the second highest, largest producer of this product, there is always the highest opportunities of generation of rural employment and reduction of migration to urban areas. As we know, the majority of villages are migrating to urban areas. So we can stop that migration to urban areas by giving the employment to the villagers, the tribals. Uh, that is still the opportunities available. Then the reduction of production of silk. This is the opportunity that the reduction of production of silk given by the traditional silk countries like Japan and USA. Japan and Russia, they are lower down the production of this silk, and that becomes the opportunity for the Indian traders or the Indian villager or Indian industries. Garment exporters, still there is a lot of scope and opportunities. At the same time, there is a threat. I'm telling you the SWOT analysis of the silk industries. So this is the SWOT analysis. The threats are there because there is a lot of heavy dumping from China at the lower price. This is really a threat to Indian cottage industries. We are exporting a lot of silk fabrics from China. That really creating a threat for us. And China is always unpredictable in all the sense, in all the way. And that's why in the silk policies also, the China policy is unpredictable. That is always a threat. And then the lack of awareness in the domestic market. Still, there is a lack of awareness in the domestic market to respond to this demand-driven aspects. So these are the SWOT analysis of this silk industries in India and cottage industries. But still, there is a lot to go, and government can focus on these small industries, can help the laborer and poor people, and at the same time, as I told you, it is eco-friendly, that it can reduce the global warming also. So it can help the nature also. So I think this is what I am having little bit knowledge about the silk industry. As I have the fascination of the silk cloth, that's why I could gather the information and share with you. Dr. D.D.Barsagade will go into the detail aspects of this sericulture technically. Of course, my presentation is not the technical one, but Dr. Barsagade is the right person to present you very technically about the sericulture. So thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Barsagade, for sparing your time for JM Patel College staff and students, and giving me the opportunity and listening me so patiently. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Veena Mahajan.
Sir, thank you very much for your inspirational and motivational speech. You're always helping us to spread our wings and teaching us to fly in every field. You're always a great supporter for student and teacher. Sir, your action inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more. We always appreciate all the knowledge and skills you have imparted to us. Thank you very much, sir. Now, it's my proud privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Dr. D.D.Barsagade, sir. Sir is a professor in the postgraduate department of zoology, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. And I'm very happy to share with you that Barsagade sir worked in our college from 1988 to 2002. His area of research is wild sericulture, insect endocrinology, insect morphology, and immunocytochemistry. He is a member. He has a membership of various scientific societies like South Asian Council of Odontology, India, Indian Society of Comparative Endocrinology, Association for Advancement of Entomology, India, Silk Society of India, and International Network for the Study of Asian Ants. He has published here about 43 papers in various national and international conferences and reputed journal. He has done one major project on ultrastructure of silk gland and silk protein biosynthesis of tussar silkworm, Ecorace Bhandara under UGC, and one project on conservation and biology of tussar silk under Rajiv Gandhi Science and Technology Commission, Government of Maharashtra, Mumbai, and one more under University Research Scheme. Now, sir, he has awarded the Best Teacher Award by RTM Nagpur University in 2019 and Best Citizen of India in 2011 by International Publishing House, India. He is a member on various bodies of the university. So, Sir's biodata is very vast, so it is impossible to compile Sir's biodata within a 5 to 10 minutes. So now I request Dr. D.D.Barsagade'S sir to deliver his lecture. Sir.
Thank you very much. I'm thankful to Dr. Vikas Domne sir for giving me an opportunity to deliver a lecture in your college. And I feel this is my college, from where I have been started my career. I'm also thankful to Dr. Panikar, Head English Department, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, Coordinator Dr. Shyam Dafre, Organizer Veena Mahajan, Kirsan, all head of the departments of the J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, and all staff members. So with this, I wanted to interact with you. This is not a lecture actually. This is an interaction. Let me clear it first. Earlier, it has been told to me that I have to interact with the student, and therefore I come with some basic concepts of sericulture for the student only. But no doubt, I will try to clear any doubts after my lecture if anybody have in these regards. Thank you, sir, Domne sir, and let me permit to start my lecture. I come with the topics, the application of sericulture for development. Sericulture is a vast field. Sericulture means we have to clear it first for the students what is a sericulture. In basic way, sericulture is the study of silkworms and their utilization for commercial silk production. This is the basic definition of sericulture. So why I come with the sericulture? Because the region where we live, Vidarbha, has a history having a potential in the sericulture, and therefore I choose this topic to deliver a lecture and to aware to my dear students. So sericulture is nothing but the study of silkworm. Now the question arises, what are the silkworms? Silkworms are the basic insect. This is one of the insect who has a capacity to produce or to secrete a liquid silk and ooze out of the body, which converted into the silk thread. So that type of insects are known as silkworm. And the study of silkworm means the study of sericulture. Who can become the sericulturist? This is for my student. The innovative researchers have turned sericulture into an industry, and now it has become a major cash crop of the country. The sericulture industry is unique for more than one reason. It is based on agriculture output, specifically cocoons and cottage-based labor intensive in nature. So this industry, sericulture industry, is based on agriculture output. We say it is the byproduct of agriculture. Then what are the educational requirements to become a sericulturist? Once we know the definition that the silk are come out of the insect. So who can become a sericulturist? The one option is to pursue a bachelor degree in the sericulture after right from the 12. But those who can understand the insect and silkworm life cycle and agriculture can become a sericulturist. There is a no bar of education to become a sericulturist. So to become a sericulturist, no education degree is required. Though it has been given as one must have a bachelor degree, master's degree, I feel it is not required. Anybody can become a sericulturist. So what are the educational requirements to become the sericulturist? One of the option is to pursue the degree, as I told you, but it is not required. A person who is living in the forest area, a person who having the practices to handle the silkworm can become a good sericulturist because he has a well practice to handle the silkworm. Therefore, I feel no education is required, the practice is required only. Then the question arises, once we know the insect, once we know the silkworm, once we become a sericulturist, then what is the scope of being a sericulturist? Since the agriculture is a basic need for human, there is always a lot of scope in this field of study. With the advancement of the technology and the development that come with it, there has been a wide variety of job opportunities in both public and the private enterprises for the educated sericulturist. I am using the word for a educated sericulturist. The person who had pursuing the master's degree, bachelor and master's degree, become an expert in the field has many job opportunities in both public and private enterprises. So what are the career options in the sericultures? Sericulture offer career opportunity in government, research centers, silk boards. There is a central silk board in India, state silk boards in various states, academic field, most of the sericulture units and agriculture sectors bank. They also adopted the well-known sericulturists. One can get a job in central government agencies like the Central Silk Board, Silk Export Promotion Council, Food and Agriculture Organization, that is FAO, NABARD, Krishi Vigyan Kendra, etc. So all these agencies open job for the sericulturist. The candidate with the MSc Sericulture can apply for the post of lecturer, professor and lab assistants also. That means the student who can become an expert in the sericulture can apply anywhere in the India. He can go anywhere in the India and abroad also in the field of sericulture. Therefore, there are many scope in the sericulture. So sericulturist can find employment as an officer, as a manager in the agriculture loan sector of the nationalized as well as the private bank. He can become a consultant within depth and updated knowledge of the field are also in demand, especially to provide guidance for the setting up of sericulture farms. So these are the opportunities for the student who wanted to make their career in the field of sericulture. So there are many job opportunities in the India. Once we know that there are the job opportunities in the sericulture, then the person or the student can study a sericulture. This sericulture in India is divided into two main categories that we have to must understood first. Because when we talk about the sericulture, always it is come through a mulberry sericulture, mulberry silkworm. For example, the silk produced by the mulberry is known as Bangalore silk, Varanasi silk. Many names are given. No doubt, it's very smooth and very fine cloths, fine fabrics. But this sericulture is not only a mulberry sericulture. Apart from the mulberry, there are many silkworms who can produce the silk. So we'll go through it. So in India, sericulture is basically divided into two main categories, as a mulberry and as a non-mulberry. Mulberry is a Bombyx muri, only one species, and it has been produced in the field. So for the mulberry production, we required a field, farm, and then big house, rearing house. So investment is more. But for the non-mulberry, these non-mulberry silkworms are known as wild silkworm. And nowadays, the wild terminology is modified and it is known as Vanya silkworm. Vanya means available in the forest. About 400 to 500 species are used in Asia and Africa for the production of non-mulberry silk. In India, this non-mulberry silk basically divided into again two subtypes, temperate type and tropical type. Temperate means where the temperature is less, humidity is more. In that part, the silkworm rearing is occur, and such type of silkworms are known as temperate silkworm. So these are the species Antheria prolai, Antheria yamamai, which are being cultivated in the part of northeastern part of the India, then Jammu and Kashmir, then border of Tibet, and then onwards China. Tropical means where the temperature is high and the humidity is less. In this area, the silkworm cultivation is occur, and that type of silkworm are known as the tropical type of silkworm. And there are three species, major genera, that is tussar silk, Antheria mylitta, Eri silk, Philosemia ricini, and Muga silk, Antheria asama. Now, tussar silk is the beauty of Vidarbha. Our Vidarbha region comes under the tropical type, and the silkworm is reared in this naturally found in the forest of Vidarbha are the tussar silkworm, Antheria mylitta. The Eri silkworm, which have been cultivated in northeastern part of the India, some part of the Bengal, and few part now in the Maharashtra, that is Philosemia ricini, and the silk produced from the Eri is known as Ahimsa silk. Muga silk is only limited to the northeastern part of the India, or it is the valley of Brahmaputra, and it is a very costly silk produced by the Antheria asama, known as the golden silk. So India is a fortunate. All four varieties of the silks are found in the India, and commercial level it has been produced in some or less way. So mulberry silk is produced in the India, tussar silk is produced in the India, Eri silk and Muga silk. All type of silks are produced in the India. I am concerned with the tussar sericulture because we are living in the Vidarbha. What are the potential in the Vidarbha that I want to tell you? Because I love this. This is found in the Vidarbha forest and there is a less attention toward this tussar. Tussar sericulture is an forest cottage based and eco-friendly industry driving the foreign exchange and providing the gainful employment to the tribal peoples. It is a low investment. We call sometimes it is a zero investment. High output source of the livelihood, allow more than one crop in a year and help to reduce the tribal poverty and combating the migration. So Domnesar has been told us that the people are migrating from the villages toward the urban area. So is there any solution? On a less level, this become one of the solution if we can provide the opportunity to these tribal people and the villagers. They do not have the jobs. If we provide the job opportunity in the sericulture industry, we can stop their migration. I feel that. So this tussar sericulture provide the lot of employment to the labor also. So what is our mission? Our mission is to horizontally and vertically expand the tussar sericulture sector by adopting the modern technology and to enhance the production and processing of quality silk for the employment generation. Now, I must have to tell you the sericulture sector is divided into three categories. Sericulture sector. First is the plantation agriculture. You can say the botany part. Second is the biological, that is the rearing of silkworm. Can say the zoological part. And third part is the textile, that is the engineering part. So the one business can integrated three subjects: agriculture and botany, zoology, that is entomology, and the textile, that is engineering. So this is the only industry having the integration for various subjects to carry out to provide the employment in an industry. Recent survey in India suggests an increase in the domestic requirement of the silk. As I told you, as the Dominesar also told us, we are exporting the silk from the China. I will not go to the number and details, but this is the fact. Though we have the more potential, we are not using our potential, our strength to produce more and more silk in India. And therefore, it increases the domestic requirement of the silk in India, which is much higher than the produce and result in import of raw silk from the other countries. In such a scenario, indicate high prospects and potential for the growth of sericulture, which could lead to the employment opportunities. So, if there is a demand of the more silk, we must increase the silk industry and can generate the employment level. So, how many types of the silk varieties are there? I have been told you. I will show some pictures what type of the silkworms and silk moth are distributed in Asia and abroad, which are utilized by these various countries for the silk production. So this is Actius dubermardi, which are found in the India and China, commonly known as moon moth. This also produces the good quality of silk, but there is a less attention toward this type of silk moth. This is the Actias. Another is Antheria frethi. These also produce the very good type of the silk, and the Thailand people are now commercial use of silk produced by the Antheria frethi have been started. So they found a such type of wild species which have been not given attention earlier, but nowadays they started their commercial production. The another is the Antheria godmani, which is found in the Mexico and Colombia. Now this country have started the rearing of this type of silkworm, and they started produce the silk from such type of silkworms. Antheria harti, which is very common in the Asian countries, it is also found in the India, but there is a very less attention towards such type of moth or silkworm which are found in the nature. We are only restricted to the limited genera and species in the India, but we should have to look such type of species which have a capacity to produce the silk. The Antheria montezuma, which is found in the Mexico, now earlier it has been not commercialized. Now the Mexican government commercialized the silk of this silkworm, and they started the mass rearing with the specific, you can say, the technology they have been developed for their rearing of this silkworm, because this is a wild, and they started the good level production of the silk from this species. Now Antheria polyphemus, which is found in the North America, it is also produces the good quality of silk, and this country have been started it. The Antheria suraca, it is found in the Madagascar, and they also started the rearing of this silkworm. The Attacus caesar, it is found in southern Philippines. This is one of the biggest moth, not finally biggest, but one of the biggest moth. It also produces the very good type of the silk near to the golden silk, and this country, southern Philippines use this silk for the commercial utilization. The Attacus larquini, this is the biggest moth, and it is found in India and Nepal only. So but we have been not commercialized the silk produced by this moth. This is one of the good silk produced by this Attacus. It is found in the Himalayan ranges in India. The Cricula andri, this is found in our region also, but there is a less attention toward this. Nobody knows such type of moth. They are produces the silk because they produces the silk in smaller thread, and this is the golden thread. But these threads can be utilized for the production of you can say the ornamental papers also, because they produce, it's a very good type of the silk threads. Then Cricula trifinestra, this is also found in our region, but less attention is toward these silkworms. Then the tussar silkworm, which is found in our native region, Antheria mylitta. So this is found in Bhandara, Gondia, Chandrapur forest, then Chhindwara forest. So East Vidarbhan part is occupied by this Antheria mylitta species, and though it is found native in this region, it has been commonly known as the local race of the Bhandara or Mulki. It is found, but nowadays it is on the verge of extinction. So in Vidarbha, these are the area where the potential for the tussar sericulture is more, because it is highly occupied by the forest, and this forest is containing the food plants used by these silkworms. So this is the satellite map, no need to show. These are the primary food plants which are available in the forest of the Vidarbha region. Terminalia arjuna, commonly known as Arjun or Ajan, and another species Terminalia tomentosa. This is known as a yen commonly. So these two plants are the primary host plant of this tussar silkworm, and it is in abundant quantity in the Vidarbha forest. But still, the Vidarbha is lacking in the production of tussar silkworm. Tussar silk. Why we behind it? This is the question we must have to think over that, because the plantation is more and the production is less. What is the life cycle of this silkworm? So this silkworm is passing through the 4 stages. These stages are eggs, larva, pupa, and adult. Now you feel that why there is a need to study. Unless and until we do not know the life cycle, unless and until the farmers or the tribals, they do not know the life cycle, they cannot handle this silkworm properly. So the eggs produced by this silk moth nearly 200 by one single moth, mother moth, and from that the larvae comes out. These are known in a scientific way. First instar, first small larva, then slightly bigger, then more bigger, bigger and bigger, and the most bigger it is mature larva. Then it shrink in sizes and then started the oozing the silk thread outside the body, and it enclosed his body inside the cocoon, and this cocoon is nothing but the source of silk. This cocoon is nothing but the source of silk. Now this cocoon is made up from a single thread of silk measure 1000 meter, that means up to 1 kilometer long. So inside this earlier larva then converted into the pupa, and from the pupa again the adults are coming out, moths are coming out. These are not the butterflies because they do not fly during the daytime, they are fly during the night time. These are the nocturnal, so these are known to be the moth, right? So this moth again, after coming out from the cocoon, they mate and start the life cycle. We are fortunate in the Vidarbha, there are 3 life cycles. There are, this is one clip I will try to play. I don't know whether it will be play or not, but it is a clip. It will play better. So you can see how the cocoon is, how the larva is enclosed inside the cocoon and producing the silk. And that is the continuous thread of the silk around itself, continuous. And therefore we can, when we take out the silk, unfortunately we have to kill the larva inside, because after boiling the degumming of the silk thread is occur. Sericin protein which has coated on the silk thread as the you can say the dissolve, and the silk fiber thread comes out. So we have to kill the larva, but there is a necessity to kill. It is known as the sacrification of the larva, right? So this single cocoon contain 1000 meter long silk thread, and we have to take out entirely. That can be used for the preparation of fabrics. So the question is there, can the tussar silkworm help to our local people? Yes. If we provide the scientific knowledge to them, the farmers can successfully do the tussar sericulture practices. They can't help in the tussar silk industry. So for that, we started the work earlier, and then we went to the people, we went to the farmers, we prepared the leaflets. We had not given the complete scientific knowledge to them, but the scientific knowledge in their own languages. And we started one project to literate some people, because I cannot literate all the peoples at a time. So we found some projects in Chandrapur districts. We found some area in the Gadchiroli district, mostly Gadchiroli and Chandrapur, because there is a center in the Bandara. So they can do it. But there is no such type of center earlier in the Chandrapur. And then finally now it is established in the Armory. But the people who are living in the forest area of the Gadchiroli, they are always frightened. So they do not have a such type of knowledge and work. So we started to meet with these people, and we prepare some leaflets and in local languages, and we started to distribute it and have some meetings to these people. So with the help of the regional Sericulture Center Bhandara and the Armory and even some offices of the Gadchiroli and Chandrapur, we planned many times the meetings with these people, and we given some knowledges how we can produce the silk in the forest area with the scientific level. Earlier they had having their traditional knowledge, and with the help of traditional knowledge they are producing the silk, but that is not sufficient. That is not sufficient, and it cannot provide the much more employment. And therefore the we had some project with the government agencies, and then we started aware these people. We went to these Chandrapur and Gadchiroli forest areas in the villages, and we met with the ladies, mostly women, and we convinced the women also to come forward. With the help of Directorate of Sericulture, we provided some land and plantation already available in the forest area to them with the help of forest department, and ask them to do it. Some families come forward, they did very well, they started their own businesses, and with our knowledges they started to gain much and much more money. So we found that the men was involved in the business, but there was a less contribution of the women in this business, and then we focus on only on the women. So we convince them to come forward, and with our, you can say, the efforts, many women come forward and they tried to do their own business. So this can be done with the help of student also. The student are the younger, you can say, the generation who wanted to do their own business. They must have to go to the villages. They have the interaction with such type of people and start their own business. They can produce the eggs separately. And we had been given the economics how the people can earn the money. In per 1 acre, you can say, the forest, one family can earn with the scientific knowledge up to 67,000 rupees per year, with the expenses of 1,500 only. So we made a such type of technology so that the people can earn more and more money with the minimum investment. So earlier they got only 5,000 to 8,000, but when we started the scientific knowledges percolation to these people, they started to earn more and more money. And the one family has reached up to the 67,000, and that was the highest profit to that family up to the there, you can say, the when they came in that type of practices, they said earlier we had never earned such type of money, and with the help of government agencies it is possible if we come forward. So then if you come forward, the government agencies also help to you to go with these people and do the work, and the farmers can do it. So this is one of the family which has been successfully carried out their own business with the help of scientific knowledge, and they earn more and more. So it is, though the number of families are less, but it is possible so that we can do the business with these people. we can do something for these people, and only this field is helping to these people. So sericulture field is very important to help a such type of farmer and tribal people. So another aspect, this is the one aspect, Tasar sericulture is the one aspect, but the another aspect in the sericulture is the Erie sericulture. As I told you, Erie is produced in the northeastern part of the India. But when I came to know that in the Yavatmal and Akola district, always drought is there, and suicides carried out, the suicide done by our farmers, it was very sad things for us. So I thought, as a sericulturist, as an entomologist, can we have some solution on this aspect? Yes. Any disturbances? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, though in the Vidarbha region, East Vidarbha has a plantation of Tassar host plant. West Vidarbha do not have a such type of plantation. So the Vidarbhian people, East Vidarbhian people can do the business on the Tassar sericulture, but the West Vidarbhian people cannot do the business on Tassar sericulture. Therefore, we try to find out the alternatives for these people. And as an entomologist, I had been tried. We then thought over on the Erie sericulture. The Erie sericulture is carried out on the plantation of castor. Hello.
Pedekar, sir. Please mute yourself. Pedekar, sir.
Can I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So as I was telling about the Erie sericulture, it has been carried out only in the northeastern part of the India. So then we thought, is it possible to carry out in the Vidarbha region? Then this is the example. This is a Jem Patel college student. Earlier, her name was the Meena Madankar. She had been completed her MSc from the Jem Patel College, Bhandara, with the specialization entomology. When I came to the Nagpur, she was my student in the Jem Patel College, Bhandara. When I came to Nagpur in the university and joined, next year she came to me and said, "Sir, I wanted to work under you for the PhD work." I said, "Now you are the married woman, and how you will do your work?" She said, "No, there is no barrier for my work, and I can do it." So I was proud that she was coming from the Bandara and said, "Okay, I wanted to do it." So I said, "You have the big land, you having the farmhouse. Will you convert your farmhouse for the culture of Erie silk?" She said, "Yes, sir, I will do it, and I will do something for the farmers." And then she converted her field, agriculture field, for the castor plantation, because the castor was required for the Erie sericulture. So I thought, if we produce a castor silk successfully or Erie silk successfully in the Nagpur, it is possible in the Vidarbha region also. And then we started one experiment with the help of this Meena Madankar. We brought eggs from the Assam by air first, and then started rearing in her farmhouse, and successfully we reared first cycle, and finally we got the very good crop, and then it was possible to carry out the Erie silkworm. So Eri silkworm is also similar to the tusser, having the 4 stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. But the beauty is that this cocoon is not made up from continuous silk. It is made up from many silk threads, smaller and smaller and smaller. Apart from that, the all stages are similar. So the cocoon is a flossy type of cocoon. It is not a tough cocoon. There is no continuous thread. Many threads are there, and there is an opening. So when this pupa converted into the adult, without cutting to the cocoons, the moth emerge out, and there is a no need of killing of the pupa inside in the cocoon while reeling out the silk thread. So therefore, this silk produced from the Eri cocoon are known as ahimsa silk. The Jain people love to this silk because there is no killing of the pupa which found inside the cocoon in general. So moth is coming out without cutting the silk thread. There is a hole in the cocoon. After emergence of the adult silk moth, we can use this cocoon for the reeling of silk. So it has been, you can say, the reeled out. The silk thread is reeled out from the cocoon, and this cocoon is very costly and very, it can provide the more money to the farmers. So therefore we thought if we do it very successfully, we can give an example to the farmers, and then we visited with this example, we visited to the people, and we told them the economy. We tried for 3 years that the if only on the non-irrigated land, if we use the castor plantation, we get the profit only 5,300. But if with this, the castor and eri, if we use this plant for the as a food to the eri silkworm, we can earn 16,967. So where was 5,300 from the castor seed and 16,967 from the same castor plant. By utilizing the 30% leaf of the castor plant, we can rear the silkworm. So then we tried many experiments: castor plus soybean plus sericulture, castor, soybean, red gum, forget it. But only castor plantation, which is the castor plant, is very tough. Botany people will tell you. So this castor plant, which have been carry out cropping in 1 acre land, it can provide 5,300 rupees. And on the same plant, if we carry out the business or the rearing of silkworm rearing, sericulture, we can produce a 16,967. And we provided this data to the government of Maharashtra. Even a directorate of sericulture on those days, Dr. Kalantri was there. He has one meeting with the farmers of the West Vidarbha, and I have been invited there. So we had been given such type of formula. Some people come forward, they started their business and earn the money. So what is our thinking is that if we provide a basic and proper knowledge to the farmers, they are eager to carry out their business, and they can earn more and more, you can say, the money with the help of sericulture. So these are the things, these are the beauties of the sericulture. I will not go much more in technical details. So these things which are found in the Vidarbha drought areas, in the West Vidarbha, always there is a drought. Always every year there is a, you can say, the loss of cropping, and suicides, farmer suicides are increased day by day. So we have to think over that, and if we think over that, we can come with the solutions, strong solution, and the sericulture is the strong solution for these our farmers who are losing their lives They are committing the suicide, and we must have to stop. We must have to change our policies that every year the traditional crop should not be there. We must have to change the cropping patterns also as per the nature's call. We must have to change our policies, and we have to earn some money. We have to help the the student who are hearing to me. I wanted to give one message that there is a much more potential you can do for yourself, and while doing for the yourself, you can give or you can contribute it to the society also, and that will the big return to you. If you try to contribute to the society, it will the big return to you. As I wanted to give you these slides, these are the people who was basically the entomology student or MSc zoology. Now this student, Dr. Ganesh Gatalkar from the Gondia, he is now the scientist in the National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. He is from the Gondia, urban area, rural area of the Gondia. Is a place is in between Tumsar and Gondia. But he has a dedication. He had been done his career in the sericulture. Now he become the scientist. I don't know whether in the future he will become the director of on that institute also. We can't say anything because his research in his dedication on the sericulture is much and much more. So he will be go ahead and ahead. The another people I wanted to tell you, Mr. A.P. Bagde, who is the joint director in your place Bhandara for the regional sericulture research station, was the student of my department, zoology department of RTM Nagpur University, coming from the very remote places, and now he is a giant director. Don't know, next time he will become the director also. So if you wanted to do the career as a scientist, there is a scope in a sericulture, because silk worm is an insect. So you can do the research on the molecular level, you can do research on the textile level, you can do research on the entomological level. So many fields are open. If you wanted to become the entrepreneur, if you wanted to do your own business, I had been told you there are the many scope in the Vidarbha region to develop our own business. For example, if one student had desire to become a businessman in the sericulture, he can only purchase the cocoon and will try to set up the reeling center. He can become the businessman. The one student who wanted to produce only egg, because there is always scarcity in the government agencies, they are finding the people who are expert in this area, they can produce the eggs and supply to them. So the scope is there also. So there are many chances to have the job opportunities in the sericulture field. So therefore you must have to do it, and this is our responsibility to improve our skill in agriculture based other secondary byproducts for helping to our farmers. And sericulture is one of the best secondary byproduct of the agriculture. It is not the primary. I never say it is not the primary agriculture. It is the secondary byproduct of the agriculture, which can give a more and more earning to the student, to the farmers and the people, and they can make their life very well with the help of this sericulture economics. So with this, I am going to stop. If you have any difficult or any problem or any queries, I am here to answer your questions. So as many things had been given by the Domne sir, he make me easy to give the not to give introduction about the sericulture. He had been given very nice introduction. So I am thankful to Dr. Vikas Domne, Principal, J.M. Patel College, Bhandara, for giving me an opportunity to interact with the students. I'm also thankful to Sham Dafre, Coordinator, DBT Star College Scheme, for his timely support. Thanks to Organizing Committee, Dr. Veena Mahajan, Mr. Jitendra Kirsan for invitation, and all my old colleagues from the Bhandara, because I started my career from the Bhandara, and always I have affinity with the Bhandara College and Bhandara people. So thanks to all for patiently hearing. I don't know whether I have been reached to you or not, but I had been tried to give the basic knowledge to my student and what are the opportunities in this sericulture field. I avoided the technological and biological part in the sericulture in this lecture. So with this, I'm thankful to all, and thank you very much. If you have any queries, you can raise this. I will be happy.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your informative address and valuable insights on applications in sericulture and its various career options in the field of sericulture for students. I hope your address would have paved way to understand the sericulture and its applications. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your great knowledge with us. It will be a great pleasure for us to listen to you again in our future events. Thank you so much. There are some questions in the chat box, sirs. Now we go for question and answers.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a one, yes, sir. There is one question from Prerna Singanjude. What is the global situation of sericulture and mulberry industry?
Global situation. Mulberry
Yes.
is always ahead in the global situation, and the China is the first country who produces the more and more mulberry sericulture, and then comes the Japan. Japan is very small, but the Japan is producing more mulberry silk than the India.
Okay, sir. Next question is from Rushali Dhande.
Yeah.
What sort of strategies are available for doubling farmers' income in India in the field of sericulture?
Uh, I'm not talking about the throughout India because due to the climatic changes and environmental changes, some genera are producing one crop in 1 year. But the in Vidarbha, the genera we have, that is the Antheria mylitta, species is mylitta, is a capacity to produce 3 times. So the Vidarbha farmers can take 3 crops in a year. So he can earn more than the farmers which are found in the Assam and in the West Bengal. They produces only 2 crops in a year. But we are fortunate that this genera is producing 3 crops in a year. So in this way, nature can help us. We are not helping to the farmer. Nature itself is helping to the farmer, but we have to streamline it. That is our strategy only.
Okay, sir. Next question. Can we cultivate non-mulberry species in the laboratory for experiment?
Just for 4 to 5 days we can cultivate, but Eri can be cultivated for a longer time, 2 to 3 months. Tussar cannot be cultivated. It will be only one cycle can be completed, but next time it will not be happen. There only one cycle can be possible. But if we provide temperature and humidity to the desirable temperature and environmental condition only, because they are living in the open space, there is the gene, that gene is stimulating for feeding in the open, and therefore it is always in, you can say, they feed in the open, and during night time they feed only most of the time. So in uh, laboratory condition, what will be the environmental status, I don't know. So but one cycle can be completed.
Okay, sir. And one last question. What is bivoltine species in sericulture?
Bivoltine species means the species which produces only 2 crops. That species is known as the bivoltine. And our species, which is found in the Vidarbha, is a trivoltine. That means 3 crops are there in a year. So this, if I will play this, if I don't know whether it is a clip, but student can understood how they are feeding. The larva can feed. So this is the biggest larva, the 15-star larva of the tussar silkworm, and it utilizes the even the last part of the leaves also. They do not waste anything, and we have to learn many things from this, because when we do the practical in the laboratory, we waste many things in the laboratory. When we eat during the lunch and dinner, we waste many things. We have to learn. Therefore I have been keep the, put this clip. So We must have to learn such type of insect who have aware about their sources. They have the limited sources in the nature, but they don't want it to waste it. So look at this there. They do not, ऐसा नहीं कि यहाँ पे थोड़ा खाए वहां पे थोड़ा खाए, बिल्कुल कंटिन्यूसली खाते जाएंगे. और क्वेश्चंस है मैडम?
No, sir. It's over. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful, nice clipping. Now, I just want to announce one thing. All the participants will need to fill up a feedback form, which will be sent in WhatsApp group. Now, it's a time to conclude our wonderful and fruitful event. So, to propose a vote of thanks, I invite Mr. Jitendra Kirsan, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Chem Patel College, Bhandara. Kirsan, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's guest lecture on application of sericulture. Chairperson Dr. Vikas Dhomne, sir. Principal J.M. Patel College, Bhandara. Today's resource person Dr. Barsagade, sir. Postgraduate Teaching Department, Zoology, RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. My dear student, teaching and non-teaching staff, it's my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. Words are not enough to express our sincere gratitude towards Dr. Barsagade sir, who, despite his busy schedules, accepted our invitation to be the resource person of this guest lecture and blessed us with his address. Sir has entitled us with his knowledge and share his experience in the field of sericulture. I would like to thank our principal, Dr. Vikas Dhomne sir, for continuous support. I would like to thank Dr. Sam Dafre, coordinator, DBT Star College Scheme. I am also thankful to Dr. Karthik Panikar sir, IQAC coordinator, for his continuous guidance and heads of the department of our college, other staff members for their technical support. I would like to thank Dr. Veena Mahajan, Head Department of our Department, Zoology, for organizing these events. I am also thankful to my departmental staff members, Khedkar sir, Dr. Thakur madam, Vairagade madam, and Pratap Patle sir, and non-teaching staff, Rautji, Makadiji, and Kumar Bhaiya. At last but not least, I would like to thank all the staff members and students for making these events successful. Now I conclude this program over to Dr. Karthik Panikar sir. Panikar sir. Hello, Panikar sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, it was wonderful to hear you after so many years. I remember the day when we had this function to felicitate you, and I had just joined my service. It might have been some, I suppose, 97 or 96 somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah.
We had this program in the ground floor hall that we had. I mean, it was a big class then. So it was wonderful to hear you again after so many years.
Thank you.
Thank you for sparing your valuable time for our institution, for our students. Thank you once again. And with the kind permission of the chair, I'll like to conclude the meeting here. Is that okay, Dr. Mahajan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Barsagade,
thank you very much, sir.
campus someday when we have better conditions prevailing, when we are, I mean, free of this COVID fear. Thank you, sir. Good day.
Okay, good day, good day.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.